Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Zach. I'm one of the dentists at Zach Dental. We have offices in Simi, Valencia, Agora, um, Downey, and Long Beach. And today what I'd like to talk to you about is wisdom teeth, the need to keep wisdom teeth or the need to extract wisdom teeth. It's actually, we're in summer time right now, so we really should be considering taking out wisdom teeth on your teenager or your child. And I wanted to discuss with you the pros and cons of removing the wisdom teeth. So let me span over to the screen and I'll show you some of the different variations of what we have as what happens to people with their wisdom teeth. So this is one example, and here we see 4 wisdom teeth. They're impacted, and this is tooth number 1, this is tooth number 16, this is tooth number 17, and this is tooth number 32. So if you look closely, you can see that tooth number 1 is actually facing in an outward direction and wants to come out towards the bone. Tooth number 16 is wedged into the tooth number 15, which can cause decay or shifting of the other teeth as this tooth tries to break through. And these teeth look like they're partially submerged by the bone, and the bone is not letting them come up because there's just not enough room in this person's mouth to accommodate the teeth. This would be a good example of wisdom teeth that should be extracted in order to be able to have all the other teeth not shift and have a normal chewing and biting cycle. Let me show you another example. This is another example of wisdom teeth. The 1 and 16 are missing. 17 and 32 are there, but again, they're partially covered in bone, and this one is actually coming into the bone. This creates a plaque trap between this tooth, which is your good chewing tooth in the mouth, and the wisdom tooth. This is where bacteria and food will trap, and the same thing here, and can cause damage to the tooth that's upright in your mouth. Another example would be what we call horizontal impactions, or partially horizontal impactions, which is where when 17 and 32 are facing towards the tooth in the mouth and are actually tilted towards that tooth, and definitely are not going to be able to come in because they want to come on an angle, but they aren't able, they're basically wedged. So these kinds of teeth should for sure be removed before they start to cause crowding and shifting. This is particularly important with children who have gone through ortho, or you're planning to go through ortho, to remove them right after the orthodontic treatment has been completed or before you start, because if they start to move, they can cause shifting very, very quickly. Another example, let me see what other examples I have for you, is another example of the horizontal impactions here. And another example, that's pretty much, these are good examples. So what I would like to tell you is this: we are now sitting in summer months. This is when children are out of school. Sometimes it takes a few days to recover, so I know how when they're playing different sports, football during the season, or basketball, or softball or baseball, they're not able to have that time off. This would be the best time to remove them. So the first thing to do would be to come in, have us evaluate the situation by taking a panoramic x-ray, and then we can tell you whether they should get them taken out. And in some instances you don't need to remove them. In some instances they may have enough room in their mouth to accommodate all 32 teeth. But I think it's best for you to bring them as soon as possible if you think that they need it, and we can then evaluate and tell you whether or not they need to have them removed or not. Okay, so have a good summer, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.